Thanks everyone and Community Radio and Good Vibes Filipinas acknowledge the traditional owners of the country throughout Australia and their continuing connection to land, sea, and community. We pay respects to them and their cultures, and to elders both past and present, and extend respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples today. We celebrate its rich indigenous history, the diversity of its people, and their important ongoing connections to country. We acknowledge the past injustices faced by First Peoples and are committed to play our part in ensuring that these injustices are not repeated. We specifically also recognize Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people with disability, key partners in the work we do, and the community we serve.
The Community Broadcasting Association of Australia awards 2023 winner for excellence in ethnic and multicultural broadcasting. Good vibes! Filipinas! Woo!
Your host, Victorian Multicultural Commission Honor Roll 2022 inductee and the National Ethnic and Multicultural Broadcasters Council Volunteer of the Year 2024, Puppy, Melvin, Mata.
Ayan. Magandang good morning sa inyo. Good vibes na po si Papi Melvin para dito lang sa yung prime time sa pagtag-araw sa Saturday mornings. It's already 6:50 in the morning, konti na lang at ay naghihingalo ng ating mga heat buds. Masyado po malamig ngayon. It's 10.6 degrees Celsius sa labas, minimum of 7 and a maximum of 16 degrees Celsius buong araw nito. It's a Sunday again. It's the last day of May. So let's celebrate yung ating, kung may mga mansari tayo, please. And also, guys, kung meron kayong mga requests, comments, and mga shoutouts, punta lang po kayo sa aming Facebook. I will be sharing it now. Hindi pa log in, hindi pa nakapag-subscribe, like, and also follow. Okay? So, sa lahat po na kantaway dyan, isang awitin muna habang naganda kami at marami tayong mga pag-uusapan ngayon. I have guests at the moment and again, we're very good na itong araw na to ay mabiyayaan tayo ng magandang at least medyo motivational na mga guests at the moment. So, patugtog muna tayo isang napakagandang kanta, one of my favorite songs of all time. And cherish this. And after this, marami tayong pag-uusapan about life and also kung ano meron ang tandem na to. Kumbaga kahit di kang tandem to. So again guys, babalik si Papi in a minute. Dito lang. Kasama niyo si Papi Melvin. 979 FM Community Radio Filipino Australian Program. Good Vibes Pilipinas. Boom!
winner for excellence in ethnic and multicultural broadcasting. Good vibes! Filipinas! Ooh!
Your host, Victorian Multicultural Commission Honor Roll 2022 inductee and the National Ethnic and Multicultural Broadcasters Council Volunteer of the Year 2024, Poppy Melvin Mata.
Ayun na, one of my favorite songs of all time. Here Without You by Doors Down. Ayan. Ayan, I would like to introduce to you the guest for the morning. Actually, they're one, a guest lang. But they're guests and also one team na isang community na nabibilangan ko. I'm proud to be there. I'll just elaborate later on kung ano yung story about that. And without further ado, would like to introduce to you the living rooms, Raynar and Amy. Good morning, Amy and Raynar.
Well, good morning,
Good
Papi
morning,
Melvin.
Bobby.
Ayan! Uy, naririnig ko na si Amy.
Yes,
Ayan,
yes, yes.
I know, Amy, you've been a former broadcaster as well.
Well, maybe I wouldn't call it that. I tried.
Yeah. So again, thank you for coming in. It's been a very ambush, invitation from Papi, and hopefully mag-enjoy tayo.
Of course.
Before everything else, I would like to give you some insights. Kung narinig nyo, I think it was 5 weeks ago, no, 6 weeks ago, when I started doing the living rooms, when I'm doing the living rooms, the word of the week. Di ba yung sasabihin, the word of the week. So, if you don't notice, hindi nyo notice, sila pong dalawa yun. They are the voices behind the word of the week. So, ngayon, let's do the living rooms, the word of the week.
Thank you so much, Papi Melvin. It is indeed time for the word of the week, straight from the living room. A short moment of reflection designed to inspire and challenge you on your faith journey.
Well, welcome not just to our living room, but actually to the studio. We're live on air today, and we're so glad you're here with us.
Aha! Swapping with mics right now. Now that you're with us, you might be listening in your car, at home, or on the go. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. We are live on air today, and today's word of the week is live. No, I mean it's live. That's right, it's live.
Yes, it's such a simple word, but such a big idea. Because a lot of people aren't really living. They're just surviving, going through the motions, carrying responsibilities, responding to pressure. But in John 10:10, Jesus said, I have come that they may have life and have it to the full.
That is so wonderful to hear. Jesus didn't come to give us just enough to get by. He came to give us real, abundant life. And not abundant in material stuff, but abundant in meaning, abundant in peace, in joy, and in purpose, abundant in relationship with Him. That's the kind of life, Amy, we are all meant for.
That's right, Raynar. So the question becomes, am I really living? And not just the living the way that I want to live, but the living the way that life was designed to be lived. Because that's where the fullness is found, not in doing our life our way, but in walking closely with Jesus.
Sometimes living fully actually means letting go. Do you know that, Papi?
Yeah.
Letting go of control, letting go of comparison, Papi. Letting go of chasing the things that just don't last. Because when we try to build our own version of a full life without Jesus, you know what, Amy? We just end up busy. And Papi, we end up empty. But when we walk with Him, even the simplest of days can feel very, very full.
Maybe today's a good day to pause and ask, am I really living? Or am I just existing? Am I building my life around Jesus, the one who authored life itself?
So, getting it right, our word of the week is live. Now, here's the thing, there's actually a way to know how to live. And it starts, friends, with knowing Jesus. And it continues by spending time in His Word. The Bible isn't just for learning, the Bible is for living. There's real life in God's Word, and it shows us how to live the life that we were created for. So, friends, don't settle for survival when Jesus offers all of us fullness. If you want to know Jesus, you can just ask Him. Just say, Jesus, I want to know you. Please come into my life today.
Thanks for being with us live today from the studio. We're Amy and Rain are with Poppy. Join us again and next time for another word of the week.
Thank you so much, Papi. Back to you.
Ganda naman nun. Live na live.
Live.
Dito sa studio, ang word of the week
Is
is live. Live sila ngayon on air. Live streaming kami sa Facebook, sa YouTube, sa X,
Yes.
sa aming streaming live streaming portals. Would like to first acknowledge all of those viewers at the moment. Ayan si Pastor Rene Rivera is watching. Woo! Happy to be with you, Mary Reyes, aka Len. Yan, Ate Mary Reyes, word of the week live. Sabi niya, good morning to you, Melbourne from Virginia. And
Yes.
also, one of the babes of Good Vibes Filipinas is alive. Camille Diporio Bustamante is watching. Good morning, Papi. And also, si Kuya Ramon Doval Santos is watching as well. Pinatugtugtuin gusto nyo. Again, you can share this live stream sa inyong Facebook, sa inyong YouTube. Okay? Para ma-share natin yung balita ng mahal na Panginoon ngayong araw na ito.
Yes.
Okay? So we're going to elaborate more about the word of the week. Mag-start tayo doon, but again, before we start the conversation, I would like to first give you the insight about the living room. Okay? The the vision is simple but powerful. It's all about seeing faith come alive in every home and every heart. This isn't church, as you might expect it. The living room isn't about buildings. It's about people. It's a community of believers gathering across homes and online spaces, growing in faith, building meaningful relationships, and living out God's purpose in everyday's life. It's a home-centric, online-first, Bible-based, and Christ-centered movement that's transforming lives one home at a time. And that's a living room where faith is lived, shared, and made real wherever you are. Ganda. Okay. Ayan. Amy and Reynar, in the flesh.
In the flesh.
In the
Maraming
flesh.
salamat
Okay.
for the invitation and always welcoming us
Always a
here.
pleasure.
It's always a joy.
Yes, I'm very thankful, guys, sa inyong dalawa for just being a good influence, best influence sa buhay namin. Hindi lang sa barangay St. Albans, but also to the people who are really you really helped. Hindi lang emotionally, hindi lang spiritually, but also on the fellowship that we have. Especially the foods that we share
Yeah.
every time.
It's very rich, no?
Very rich.
Very rich. No, thank you for that. And, saying that we've been a positive influence, but in all sincerity,
Yeah.
the most positive move can only come from God. So, yes, God is good.
Okay. Mukhang sa inyo, saka si Reyna, magkakaroon na kami ng ano nito. Ang ganda ng boses namin, you know.
This is like a nice preview of what else
Yeah.
can happen
Kaya
in
nga,
the future.
alam nyo, kaya gusto kong marinig nyo yung boses nyo kasi ganito kaganda. I would like it, ito.
Wow, does it sound really, really good?
Yes.
Okay.
can you speak, please?
Yes,
Eh,
testing. Wow, how does that sound? Really, really good. And if you can log in and see, if you check out what the studio looks like,
Yeah.
it's really, really an interesting space, and it just has so much potential. And we're very excited to just be here more often. I think.
And then being able to discuss good vibes as it
Yes,
is, right?
yes.
yeah, maybe we could put a program, a 1 hour program. We could do a pre-recording or live
Yeah.
on a we could Thursday night or a night version is better, especially for those people na nagpapahinga
Yes,
sa
yes.
kanilang mga bahay,
Yes.
di ba? After work that they've been, so depressed, so tired, badly, dead tired sa kanilang mga trabaho.
Sabi nga natin kanina sa word of the week, just busy. Busy and occupied.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And also to start ng conversation natin, guys, we call the word of the week live. So it is a verb from the noun life.
Yes.
So life, scientifically, life is anything that's with carbon. Very organic. Kumbaga,
Organic,
So,
yeah.
kung hindi ka inorganic ka, hindi ka alive. So kami, organic kami, kaya alive kami. Kaya nga, good vibes lang. So, life is, ano ang meaning ng life biblically? And ano yung ano yung mga nakakapag-sustain dito sa life na sometimes you can explain, but there are things that you cannot explain. Those are there are so many mysteries in life na hindi mo ma-explain because of the spontaneous. Wow, Google likes that. Spontaneous.
Dr. Poppy.
Spontaneous, di ba, things na nangyayari sa'yo, and sometimes we call them luck.
Wow.
But no, it is.
No.
It is not.
Uh-huh.
We call it sometimes divine intervention. Okay? So, may question dito si Kuya, but we need to elaborate more on life.
On
first.
life.
Okay.
On-
So,
well,
so
yeah.
fire out kayo.
It is, don't you think, Ims, that's such a big question for 7:10 in the morning? It's such a big question. What is life according to the Bible? Well, if you look at Genesis at the beginning of everything, at the very start, you really find that life begins with a life giver. So kapag pag-usapan, hindi lang natin pwedeng sabihin that life, no, Amy,
That's right.
just started in an accident or in a how would you say
Afterthought.
an afterthought, but there was a design and a purpose
Yes.
for it. And if you
And a plan.
and a plan and a plan for it. Very, very, very good point, Papi. And so when you look at that from that perspective, life itself progresses toward something because of the one who gave it direction, purpose, and as you said, Papi, a plan. If you look now sa kabila naman sa New Testament, if you read the book of Colossians, it says there, all things have been created through God and for God, through Him and for Him. It means that knowing who made us and why we were made, that we were supposed to reflect who God is. So, mga papi, kung doon tayo mag-uumpisa, na alam natin kung sino yung gumawa, whatever happens in our life, sabi mo nga, we cannot call it coincidence.
Yes.
Right? We can't call it
Yes.
we can't call it accident.
Yeah.
But it is, what are you gonna say, Amy?
Just the hand of God.
The hand of God.
Yes, moving everything.
Right. Right. Does that start our discussion quite well?
Yeah, it is. Actually, ang sarap pakinggan na. Actually, bago tayo, when we know that we have conscience now, that we have knowledge, sometimes, lalo pag science, bakit ako masyadong perfect? I have 5 senses, sometimes 6 senses. Na napaka-perfect na na sa body na to, na lahat nakikita ko. Puro pares. Ang maganda, puro pares tayo nakikita ko. Ang nakikita ko, hindi nakikita mo. So, there are some questions na pwede namang iba yung nakikita ko, So nakikita mo. Pero isang object na yun.
Correct.
Diba?
Correct.
For example, yung ice ko, iba yung design.
Oo.
So, how come, iisa yung, meron tayong isang common, di ba, na ito ibang ano to, ibang region ng Earth, pero pare-pares pa rin kami ng senses. Although iba-iba kami ng kulay, although iba-iba kami ng pananaw, ng faith, pero pare-pares yung organic ng
Yung pwede nating ma-experience.
And because of that, yun ang nakikita natin. Ano ba itong wonders of life na hindi natin talaga ma-explain. Ako, di ko ma-explain kung bakit napaka-perfect natin. And kahit scientifically speaking, bakit ang Earth ay nasa isang place na tama sa distance ng sun,
Perfect distance.
perfect distance. Kung wala ang moon, mamamatay tayo.
Correct.
So may moon pa rin na
Na umiikot.
no way na magkaroon tayo ng perfect system na kung alam mo kung may we call it yung binary system na may dalawang sun. Syempre naparinig ko to sa Netflix.
Alam ko yung show na yan.
Oo, nag-wonder ako oo nga bakit ang Earth is napaka-perfect na nasa tamang existence siya kung saan ang distance ng sun, kung saan ang distance ng Neptune, ng Jupiter, and those
Everything aligned.
and all those environments na yun ay pinoprotektahan lang ang Earth. Di ba? Kasi yun lang ang may living people, living things. Kaya ang hirap i-explain ng science kasi you're explaining but why? You can explain, but how? Yung sa'yo is how, but why? Di ba? Yun ang iniisip ko pa rin, although I'm an engineer, medyo ako sa science, but ang dami kong mga hindi ma-explain sa science about, yun nga, napaka-perfect ng mundo.
To support
I
life.
support life.
Yeah, to support
Diba?
growth, right? Sabi mo nga, Papi, there are many things that we cannot explain why. Science can tell us how it's happening,
Yeah.
right? But why is it happening? The purpose behind it. Again, going back to God, all we can say and all we can see is because He loves us.
Yeah.
Di ba? I mean, like, how can I explain that every time I inhale, there's something there for me to inhale.
Yeah. Yeah,
And it works.
yes. Pwede naman walang hangin.
Pwede na wala hangin.
Di ba?
Pero mahal niya tayo. And then the five senses that you're saying, our eyes, our ears, no, sight, sound, and you're saying kanina, the food that we're able to taste, right?
Yes.
I believe God wants us to enjoy
And live life.
life. He wants us to really enjoy what He's given us. Kaya yung mga malungkot ang buhay, malungkot ang scenario, magandang reminder yun, di ba? Na gusto ng Panginoon that we would enjoy. Yeah, not just parang ito na lang ang buhay, napakabigat naman.
Oo nga, no?
God really wants us. No matter how difficult your life is, God still wants you to enjoy Him.
Now, there's a $5 question.
$5 lang?
We call it $5 question. What if that sabi mo nga you have all the happiness in life, you have the money, you have the fame, but still they're ending their lives, di ba? Minsan nag-suicide sila. There are some successful people na tinatapos yung buhay nila, although lahat na sa kanila, yung fame, yung money, yung fortune, yung luxury, but still, di ba, they're ending up ganun ang approach nila sa buhay.
It's a very very heavy topic. It's a very very deep topic. And totoo, there are many reasons, varied. What it could be dissatisfied with life. You could find yourself so pressed in life that you feel you have no options. And katotohanan naman, lahat naman tayo, di ba? I'm sure you felt that way,
Yes.
Papi, right? Yung
Yeah.
parang feeling mo wala kang mapuntahan.
And we thought we're Superman. I thought we were superheroes, but all of a sudden we are not safe.
Yes. You realize na kahit anong try mo, whatever you build for yourself, kahit may yung fortress of solitude ka, di ba, parang si Superman, you still end up vulnerable.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one more word, alone.
Wow.
Alone.
That's true. And
If you felt the loneliness, yung alone ka, I think that's and you have no hope. You're hopeless because you don't have God in you. And that's the good thing with I think with faith. It gives you a second chance. Diba? See, it gives you a second chance to enjoy life again. Kahit may
definitely.
failure ka sa buhay man, kahit may mga
Definitely.
sufferings ka sa buhay na akala mo wala nakakaintindi sa'yo, wala
Yes.
nakakarinig sa'yo. But, if you felt alone and you don't have really God in you, I think that's the reason why you're hopeless and you need to end it.
Totally. Amy, can you read this in Psalm 107 verse 9? This is exactly what Papi is saying.
He says, it says in Psalm 107 verse 9, "For he satisfies the thirsty and fills the hungry with good things."
Isn't that nice?
Wow.
God is the only one who can honestly
Amen.
satisfy yung mga desires ng puso natin.
Mhm.
We can go for success, we can go for money, we can go for fame, we can go for clout, power.
Mhm.
But I think you'll find always at the end of it, hindi pa rin sapat eh. Because it's only God who satisfies. I know there's a song in your mind. Go sing it, Amy. Live on air, please.
I'll bring you the song. That's okay.
And akala ko yan yung sinabi mo kanina ko, yung ano yung sinabi mo sa akin?
Alin?
Na word from ano yung
Solitude.
yung ano yung Gary B eh.
I know the song he's referring to.
What?
This discussion we're having, it's very deep.
Yes, yes.
And the truth is, however deep yung longing natin,
Yeah.
mas malalim yung love and grace na nanggagaling sa
Yes.
Panginoon. It's so deep. Yeah.
Yeah. I know, you know what? I had a very dark past. It was 2 years ago. If you don't mind sharing, I'm sharing this just to let you know that, especially those nandito ngayon sa program namin, live streaming, also sa mga kapitan ng inyong mga radyo, 97.9, sa inyong mga radio transmitters. Okay? Bago ko i-share, I would like to shout out muna May Hall. Sabi ni May Hall, "Thank you to my mother, just died as Zamora, for giving birth to me today. Happy birthday, May Hall. Love and big hugs and kiss to my mom. Thank you for sharing of the beauty of life and the greatness of Mother Nature." Kapaligiran, song request. Pwede natin patugtugin yan mamaya, May. Okay? Happy birthday to you and more birthdays to come. Yan. Life! Okay? So, sometimes in our lives, we thought kompleto na tayo. We had a good family. We had very, very amazing kids.
Good career.
Good career, money, tapos biglang all of a sudden, bang! Deep down talaga. And you thought, especially yung pagkakalagpak mo is sobrang sakit. And you really wanted to end everything.
Wow.
And you felt alone kasi wala kang makausap because you thought baka pag kinausap mo yung taon to baka mamarites lang.
Right, yeah.
Diba? Pag kinausap mo yung taon to, wala kang mapagkakatiwalaan sa
Maraming ganyan.
buhay. Especially, you don't trust your friends kasi hindi mo talaga sila friends. Diba? They're just friendly but not friends. So, wala kang mabigyan ng walang magano sa'yo, malayo ka sa pamilya mo. Di ba? Nasa ibang bansa. Yung pamilya mo, your mom you don't want to, get her to worry as well. Kaya ayaw mo ibalita yung bad news. And all of a sudden, gusto mo na talagang gawan ng paraan by ending everything. So again, sa mga nakikinig ngayon, I would like you to share na you can always message Good Vibes Pilipinas or yung number ko, 0416568217, or you can contact the living room.
Yes.
You can contact me to send you to the living room. Kung kayo ay kailangan nyo ng konting kadamay, just to listen to your stories, to help you out, diba? We can always tender you to the right institutions kung kailangan natin. But eventually, we are here to listen.
Yes.
Especially ako, naranasan ko na yung mga bagay. I thought I was Batman. I thought I was really strong enough to handle things. But with depression and anxiety, there's no one na magiging safe talaga.
Totoo yan. I think yung feeling natin na kaya natin dalhin lahat. It's very common. And there's a lot of unspoken burdens, no? Na dala-dala ng tao araw-araw. And the truth is, sabi niyo nga, Papi, we're not supposed to carry it on our own.
Yes.
Yes.
We're not supposed to carry it on our own. Matthew chapter 11, sabi ni Jesus, He says to everybody, He says to us today, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened." And He says, what?
I will give you.
He will give us rest. He will give us rest.
Yeah.
Rest is real.
Mm-hmm.
Real life, real joy found in Jesus Christ.
Yes. And you know what? I'm a born Catholic. I'm born Roman Catholic. Sabi ko, I have a very special relationship with the Lord. And but joining especially ang influence ko nito, di ako nahiyang sabihin. I'm very thankful to Kuya Ramon Enrico Duval Santos for really the one who guided me all the way.
High five, Kuya Ramon.
Ay, talaga ano yan. Ang 5-star rating. Kung sa Uber, hindi ko pagpapalit yung moments ko na magkasama kami. Because saan man ako pumunta kami sa police station, punta kami sa lawyer. He was
Naghakot.
there. He was naghakot.
Yes.
He was there.
Yes.
Diba?
And we need people like that in our life, no?
That's the real thing. Kasi, especially ako, I have uncontrolled temper lalo. Because I thought I can solve everything. And sometimes, being authoritative is a solution. Having an authority, having some courage is a solution. But si Kuya kalmado yan.
Yes.
Number one na kalmado. Ang tawag nga dyan boy kalma eh. So, and then he guided me to you guys to the living room. Actually, I was hesitant kasi I was so busy, especially on Sundays. But I gave it a go. And mas lalong lumiwanag ba yung pananaw ko, yung life, yung everyday life. It changes. Ang changes niya kasi, especially if you really go back to the Lord, is dahan-dahan eh. Hindi naman niya instant eh. Ang pinaka-importante talaga is you need to involve. Huwag mong pigilan yung sarili mo. Sometimes pinipigilan mo pa, pakipot ka pa eh. Pero once na ibinigay mo na lahat, ang bigla yan.
Kasi feeling mo pa rin minsan, kaya mo di ba?
Oo.
Tama. Actually, I have...
Kasi ano ka pa, hindi ako,
kaya pa.
at saka, hindi ako basta-basta ganyan. Oo.
Pero Papi, one of the most important things in your doing it now is showing that you can be vulnerable. Di ba?
Exactly.
Kasi pagka itinago po natin lahat parati yan, nothing, we'll never be able to speak to someone about
Yes.
it. You know, even speak to God. Kasi tatago mo eh. So being vulnerable
Yeah.
and being open and honest about how your life is and how you feel, that's absolutely important.
Yes.
And to get rid of denial.
Oh, yes.
That's,
Yes.
yeah.
I think marami sa atin na nabubuhay sa denial.
Exactly.
It's easier.
And naniniwala sa chismis kasi.
Ayun.
Di ba?
Chismis sa sarili.
Real life, doon tayo sa reality eh.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes we're living in another world, so...
You know, we tend to think na okay na ako dito.
Yep.
Or kaya ko na to, sabi nga natin, di ba? And we deny that we need help.
Yeah.
We deny that we're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we deny that we took the wrong path. Kasi parang, ang hirap na
And
ito ng buhay.
fear
Ayun.
of sharing.
Yes.
Fear of accepting.
Right.
So you need to really open up first your heart. Once mo open mo na yung heart mo, andyan na lahat yan.
Can I turn the mics around and ako naman magtatanong?
Yes.
What allowed you, Papi, to be more open in sharing? What was the, you know,
Uh,
napaisip tuloy si Papi.
Di, titingnan ko yung ano eh, yung break point, yung, kumbaga yung yield point eh. It was, I think, when you start to cry, when you start your tears to fall, when you let your tears to fall, that's the reason why you can really feel na totoo.
Yeah.
Kasi kung walang faith, and I don't care kung, actually, lagi akong emotional sa radio because it's kung a true story yan eh. Sometimes I felt na hindi okay because it might be my persona. But sharing something real helps other people to open up as well their hearts. Bakit si Papi nasa radyo hindi nahihiya? Di ba? Bakit hindi nag-open up si Papi sa ganitong life niya o kaya itong sitwasyon na to? Because I want them also to come down, to come to us, or to look for someone that can help us. Because alone, the word alone, loneliness will really kill you. Di ba? Yun ang importante. And I felt that. And that's the reason why sometimes si Papi palaging masaya. Masaya ako. That's me. But sometimes hindi nyo nakikita yung other side, yung backside of the story. Sometimes masaya lang ako because I want to be happy. Hindi ako fully masaya. And that's going to be our next discussion namin. Ano ba talaga yung nakakapagpasaya sa atin sa life natin? Di ba babalik ko yan namin kay Pastor Reynard and kay Amy. Kasi ako, I was so contented and sabihin ko ng over the past years, parang okay na ako eh. Parang papunta na ako dun eh. Pero nung bumagsak ako, I felt happy and contented about what's happening again in my life. So happy ko, although marami akong problema, pero happy pa rin ako. Di ba there is an imaginary something that is helping me achieve o isolve ang problema na hindi ako nagwo-worry. And yun ang kagandahan ko ngayon kasi dati kahit anong yaman mo, pag may problema ka, may away. Ngayon may problema ako financially, but still, di ko alam kung bakit nasusolusyonan.
Ito, may papabasa ulit ako kay Amy.
Okay.
One of her favorite, you got that? Okay. Can you read Philippians 4:12 to 13, Amy?
I have learned the secret of being content in every situation. I can do all things through Him who gives me strength.
That's the Apostle Paul. He writes this. And dapat natin malaman as he's writing the book of Philippians, the letter to the Philippians, he's in jail, Papi.
He's in the lowest of lows.
He's in
Parang si Mandela.
Yes, he's in jail. He wasn't when he says to us, I've learned the secret of being content in every situation. He's not eating good food. He is not sitting on a beach somewhere. He's in prison. He is jailed. He is in a bad place. But he's saying, despite my circumstances, despite these things that surround me,
Consider it great joy.
he even says, Tama, I consider
John 1 to 3.
it's amazing.
Consider it joy.
Yeah, it's amazing that we can have that. And Bobby, what you're saying, that thing that holds you together is exactly what Paul is saying, that it's not easy, it's not perfect, but he was content because Christ is always enough.
Wow. Ang ganda ng discussion natin ngayon. So again guys, you thought yung discussion namin is more religious. No, it's more about the reality of life.
Of living talaga.
Living
Of
talaga.
living.
Kasi actually these topics you cannot discuss this with your friends, with your family. Di ba nahiya ka? But we can because of the reality na may mga experiences tayo sa buhay na talagang hindi mo masabi. And it sucks. Because it's true. It hurts because it's true. Di ba? So, meron muna tayong ano dito, shout out. Listening live here po sa CAAP Blessed Saturday po from my dear friend Zainab. Yan. So again, how do you persevere?
How do you persevere?
Kasi di ba sabi mo, consider it joy, brothers and sisters, na because all of your sufferings, di ba sabi dyan sa John 1, 2, 3, is will be awarded by the Lord by perseverance. Di ba? So, ang ang iba, once na nag-fail na, sometimes, ang dami lang nilang hanash. Alam mo mga hanash? Yung dami lang sinasabi. Pero hindi nila ginagawa ng paraan. So, how can we, or how can a person persevere on their life struggles? On their life struggles. Kasi, doon doon nagsisimula yung mga toxic people eh. Pag ano ka na, pag suffer ka na kailangan mo ng karamay, nakakadamay ka ng ibang tao, nakakadamay ka. And because hindi mo sinasolve yung problema mo, nagiging bad effect o parang nagkakaroon ka ng bad domino effect
Yes,
sa
yes,
lahat ng ibang people sa group as well. So how do you persevere talaga?
I think you already touched on part of the answer earlier. It's one, realizing you can't solve it. Because if you try to solve it on your own, yun talagang ikaw lang.
You'll just end up getting yourself into more trouble.
Right. And you keep, it's this cycle, no?
Yeah.
You'll keep trying, and because you try, you fail. Tapos maiinis ka, magagalit ka, you'll reset the situation. Ulit ng ulit yan. So I think it's realizing, first of all, we can't do this on our own. Right? We really, really cannot do it on our own. No matter like
naman.
like you said, Papi, kala mo si Batman ka. Si Batman, kala na talaga siya yung solusyon nung problema sa Gotham eh. So sometimes, feeling natin, ganun nga, we think we're the solution to our own life's problems. But the truth is, may hangganan lang yung kakayanan natin. There is a limit to what we can do. But, you ask me, how can you persevere? The funniest thing, like we said earlier, dun sa word of the week, sometimes it means surrender.
Letting go.
Letting go.
Yun ang sinasabi ko kanto, letting go, to know the truth, it's not so hard to do.
Letting go.
Yan. Ayan, gusto ko
Letting go.
actually, sarap patugtugin yung letting go because that song is something else. Talagang magandang song.
Take you muna, Papi, habang sumasagot tayo.
Yun, pwede yan.
So, letting go sometimes is it truly is, as we would sing that song. Sometimes we think it's so hard because we think we have to control things.
Yes.
We think we have to have all the outcomes. And we rely so much on what we think we know. When the truth is, no, Ames,
Yeah, we don't really know anything.
we don't know much. And the control that we think we have,
It's not real.
it's 7:30 in the morning, friends. I can't believe we're talking about this.
But somewhere in the world it's
Exactly.
afternoon. And when you watch the recording of this,
Yeah.
you will hear this when you need to hear it.
That's right.
You need to hear it. You need to hear this.
Control is something that our mind makes up to make us feel safe.
Correct.
But in reality, friends, really think about it. How much control do we really have?
We don't really have any.
We don't really have any.
We strive for it.
We
We want it so much,
That's
but we
right.
never really have it.
Maybe that's our word of the week next week. Control. In chat in Facebook, I saw Kuya Ramon was asking, but how do we get closer to God? Kuya Ramon, I'll answer it in the same way. A lot of getting to know God more is letting go of what we
Yes.
think we know, and just approaching Him as He is. Sometimes people think, I'll turn to God when I'm better, when my life
When I'm
is
ready.
well, same answer to you, my friend. Let go of that idea. Just come to God now. And because the more you think you can make yourself right, the more you think you can fix yourself, parang sabi ni Papi, nagalit ka lang eh. Mapo-frustrate ka lang eh. Maiinis ka lang eh. No? Right? So how do you get to know God? Just let go of how we think, we should know God. Kasi ang katotohanan, friends, God has made every step so that we would be able to come to Him.
He's the
And-
one who made the way.
And to add on,
Yes.
you need help.
Yes.
And that help is sent by God to
Yes.
help you.
Yes.
So, di ba? So, help, that's a solution eh.
So kung nasa chat kayo siguro, sasamahan ko na si Papi, sabihin niyo na, I need help.
Yes.
I need help.
Correct.
I need help. Anybody want to say, I need help?
You need help, we're going to be there.
We all need help.
I need help. Do you want to sing that? Just kidding, Amy. Kasi kinukyu pa ni Papa
That's
yung
for the
kanta.
next. That's for the next. We can think about that. You know,
The playlist?
yeah, the
The playlist,
playlist, and
wow.
looking at how we can look at different ways of using this space.
Mhm.
And
Can I just say, Mary from Virginia
yes.
is telling you, Papi, that she is so blessed how incredibly bold you are. Natutuwa daw siya that you are being so vulnerable and open. Maraming salamat.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Salamat, ate. Thank you. Mary.
Yes, Mary.
Okay, so before anything else, I would like to thank especially the Kabilan FM family for giving us the chance. Actually, di natin na-expect 2020. It was January 6 that we signed the contract here sa 979 FM without any tryout. Nung makita nila, nung mag-operate ako, kita nila, sign agad kami. And I think that's a meaning of trust. And also being parang obvious. Parang ito yun. Diba? Kasi if someone is hesitant, diba? And until now, where it's going to be our 5th year, daanan kami ng COVID, Good Vibes Pilipinas still here. And we had for 5 years, marami na kaming awards. And now the most beautiful thing that that I really experience is being connected with Filipino-Australian broadcasters in Australia. And those are the things that nagkaroon kami ng konting camaraderie and network last week nung NMBC conference. And I'm sharing the word of the week actually to them.
Wow.
I'm sending them the link. So they wanted to really do it as well in the radios. Kasi sabi ko, it's 3 minutes is something that may help change a life. Just a single life, one step at a time.
You began earlier, Papi. You said when we were talking about life that God has a plan.
Yeah.
And I just want to highlight all of that as well. The open door, the signing, us being brought here, you coming over to the house to join us. Lahat yan, we can only say is God's wonderful plan. And the reminder to everybody is, Naomi,
who's working in us
yeah,
every day,
every day.
in every way.
There's a plan for everybody. God has a plan for everybody. Life is not an accident. Life is supposed to be enjoyed. And God loves you.
Oh, thank you very much. Ayan. And also would like to shout out Aris. Ayan, bagong gising. Aris, Diana, and also Mayet. It's a good morning, Papi. Hindi lang sa akin, good morning ka. Pati si Reyna and also si Amy. Okay. So again, thank you God and everyone for sending you the love this morning. Medyo ano kami ngayon. We are actually I've really organized this for this week, for this weekend, because it's the end of the week. So we might have some sessions in the future with you guys. Okay, once a month.
Let's do it.
Okay, so to have a little bit of contemplation about life, about what really life is. Kasi ito yung hindi naibibigay sa simbahan eh. Especially when we were kids, dati, di ba, meron tayong religion sa school. Buti kung Catholic Catholic school.
Yes.
Tapos, nawala ngayon. May values education, nawala yung values education. GMRC, nawala yung GMRC. That's why maraming mga tao ang naintindihan natin kung bakit napapalayo 'di ba, sa Lord. And hindi naman 'to basta-basta, um, sabi nga, hindi naman 'to basta-basta spontaneous, 'di
Yes.
ba? It's a plan. So we I think it's okay if we could do 1 hour in a month.
Wow, that is
Saturday.
amazing.
Maybe end of the month, end of it's last Saturday of the
Last
month.
Saturday of the month, no? Yeah.
7 o'clock to, well, I can do 1 hour of
Boom.
1 hour of di ba? 1 hour of my own program, then one
That's a
hour,
blessing, brother.
1 hour
Yeah.
of the living room session.
Wow.
So we
Let's
call it
do it.
the studio room.
The studio.
Live.
Live from the studio. I love it.
Because of this portal, as we can read yung ating mga chats, you can always interact with us.
Yeah.
You can ask questions
Yeah.
from your iPads, from your devices, okay, to just comment on your devices, and you can ask questions to the tandem, the living room tandem.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. If you have questions addressed to Papi, you can
Yes.
also honestly send you all the answers as well. Ayan. So again, gawan natin to ng paraan. Let's do this. If the tandem will approve, last Saturday of the month, 7 to 8. Is that good for you?
What do you think, Amy?
Always yes.
Always yes. The theme for us has always been open doors. Yeah, and like we have an open door here, and as we are able to, and as God provides, for sure,
Diba?
diba? For sure.
Because I want to really put the broadcasting, mas meaningful pa to kaysa magchismisan tayo. You know,
That's so true.
alam mo, kaysa magbalita ako ng mga balita sa Pilipinas, sa sagasaan, mga riders, mga nagbugbugan dahil mas maganda pa na ito, mag 1 hour tayo na mas makabuluhan. We might change a life or two
That's right.
in a
That's
night
right.
or in a day.
Yeah.
Okay, so before anything else, magpahinga muna kami, but we're going to play Gary V's song, Letting Go.
We will sing along in the background.
Yes, we will. For sure. Because this is my favorite song. I have a story of this. Baka mag-emotional ako actually. So, I will be emotional for sure kasi I have a deep experience sa song na to. Okay? So, this is Gary V's Letting Go. Dito lang. Kasama yung si Papi, si Reyna, and si Amy. Dito lang sa Good Vibes, Pilipinas! Boom!
Awards 2023 winner for excellence in ethnic and multicultural broadcasting. Good vibes, Pilipinas.
Wow. Thank you.
All right. Ang ganda naman yung kanta na yan. So I'm going to give you an insight. Why is it? Bilo na 2023, December. 2003. That was, how long? 22 years ago, yeah? Intubated ako. And I died. And I died, I think, 5 days. 7 days akong comatose. And that's the first song ng Second Life. Very good.
Wow. Thanks so much for sharing, Papi. I think sometimes, you know, the jolt for us is different, you know. Minsan talagang extremely dramatic. Minsan it's a conversation, it's a deep conversation. Sabi nga ni Zainab, no?
Yeah, the
In chat,
process of letting go is painful. Hirap bitawan kung alam mo.
the deep love is still there. Yeah, especially if it's family.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you know the thing that you're holding on to is so deep. What I appreciate so much, Papi, with your openness is, you know, when we realize that the letting go also means that we allow God to catch us and to hold us.
Yeah.
Parang the trade-off is even better, isn't it?
Yeah.
The trade-off is even more amazing.
And acknowledging the arrival of Miss John Marshall. Yeah, and for Jukebox Memories after this one from 8 to 10 in the morning. So again, we're just having a little bit of fun conversation. We have 7 minutes to go, but again, confirm na po
Confirm.
Confirm na. We're going to put this as a segment on our program from 7 to 8 in the morning yung the living room session
Yes, sir.
with Amy and Reyna. Maybe kung si Pastor Rene may ano pa ma-invite natin.
Yan, Beijing.
Beijing, Pastor Rene. Ayusin natin yung makapaglakad-lakad tayo ng umaga. Diba? I think you need to walking.
Yes.
Para sa umagang kay ganda. And then we could go to a good breakfast kahit paano. Yeah, so it's confirmed actually sa ating riding in tandem, the living room tandem. to get into our session, and we look forward, maghahanap tayo in the future. Okay, this is actually God's plan. You can look for a slot or an hour or two for the living room in this station. And kung makakita tayo ng slot, we could provide it. And we could supply as well some funds sa natin, sa grupo. Again, guys, we can get some sponsorship and everything through 979 FM. Okay, so again, we're very thankful sa lahat ng mga nandiyan ngayon na kumbaga, hindi kumalas, hindi bumitaw.
Mamayat is there already.
Yeah. Ronald Molina, morning papi. Yan, so yung kapaligiran, i-play ko na lang po next week. Or, abangan si papi, mag-podcast si papi kasi ginagawa ko na yung
Wow.
podcast ulit. Yung aking equipment, medyo dyan na. Dumating na po, galing sa US of State of Calamity. Okay, and again, the living rooms, Amy and Renar. Final words for today.
Wow, really, we just want to thank you, Papi, for having us here. Thanking everybody who's joined
And
us.
for sharing and being open.
That's
and
right.
being so welcoming and just letting people know that there's always God who's there for you. And He sends what you need when you need it.
Exactly at the right time.
Okay, why don't pali lift up your hands? Sige, pwede natin patugtugin yan. Lift up. Ito yung lift your hands. Girl, your burdens. Matthew.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, we can play this song before the end. So, again, magpapaalam lang po si Papi with Reina and Amy dito sa aming Good Vibes Filipinas, the living room.
Thank you so much.
Okay, final song for the day is Lift Up Your Hands by Basil Valdez.
Wow.
Okay, also Gary V na lang, mas maganda pa.
OG.
Hindi, si Basil na lang para magsawa tayo ngayon. Okay, so baba na po. Next is Dion Marshall's Jukebox Memories from 8 to 10. Babalik po ang Good Vibes Filipinas. Ang 979 FM Community Filipinas Running Program si Papi. Sa Sabado from 6 to 8 in the morning. Dito lang. Sa prime time. Sa araw. Sa Sabado. 979 FM Community Filipinas Running Program. Good Vibes Pilipinas. Boom. Yo!
Salamat.
Marami. I'll be glad to be. Okay yan. Okay na ba yun? 1 hour?
Yes, basta! Go lang ng go!
Sa yung sa Pilipinas, meron ng isang camera. Yun ang gamitin mong pang...
Hindi.
Ano siya, 360 cam?
360.
Para wala ka nang... Hindi mo i-frame or anything. Level na lang. Plug mo na lang.
Actually, dumating na yung equipment ko.
Oh,
Guys, dun sa...
sa kabila.
Oo, so nandiyan yung easy one ko.
Oh, yeah.
So, may dalawa. Tapos laptop. Tapos, hopefully ma-upload start.
Yes, that's right.
Ganun yung start. So, yun. Okay guys,
Maraming salamat.
thank you very much. Well, pag-usap muna kami. Baka machismis pa kami.